Just gotten back from a crazy day doing an underwater photo shoot with some freedivers in Bali. It's absolutely fantastic. I have no idea how the whole thing came about. Actually, I do, and I'm going to tell it to you guys right now. This entire trip to Bali actually started off as a family holiday. My mom's been trying to convince me forever to go on this nice family trip. So I finally consented to coming in the event that she would allow me to do a dive class, because I've always wanted to have scuba lessons. So my dad, my uncle, and myself, we all got together, did a dive class, and all that went exactly according to plan. Of course, being a photographer, I couldn't let the opportunity slip. I heard there were some really cool shipwrecks off in Bali. So the idea that I had to absolutely do a photo shoot in a shipwreck directly following my dive lesson was kind of born. Technically speaking, shooting underwater is always extremely difficult. You have communication, breathing, safety. A shoot like this, I really tried to make things as simple as possible, because underwater you have so many additional complications. It's really down to how simple can you make the actual shot. We used a wider lens, making sure that we could capture the environment. We used no lighting, because I tried with the strobes for a little while, because one of the guys there actually had a camera with some strobe lights, and I was completely unbalanced. I just started sinking, and that's because I'm an inexperienced diver. So really trying to keep things simple. Let's do natural light. Let's have a camera on a wide-angle lens. Let's just focus on composition and simple storytelling. If we need light, turn the model's face towards the light. Make sure that you have foreground, center, and background elements to help tell a story, build something up, and focus on emotion, on what these models are doing. Where are they going? Where are they headed towards? Whatever challenges occurred, whether it was too much dust particles from the silt being kicked up, if it didn't work, we would move. If the current was too strong, we'd stay there, try our best, and reset. And at the end of the day, it's really about the safety. Safety underwater, extremely important. Everybody had to feel secure, and anybody at any point in time could call up a photo shoot. Making something like this happen is actually quite complicated. This awesome dude by the name of Chris, who owns a dive school in Bali. Without his participation, this whole thing would have had a completely different happening.
Hai, saya Chris Simanjuntak. Saya tinggal di Bali. Jadi dari hari pertama Cassandra kasih tahu untuk mulai project, kita hanya punya mungkin 4 hari. 4 hari untuk kumpulkan semua yang terlibat untuk project ini jalan. Kalau semua yang terlibat di sini punya passion, siapapun dia, punya spark, ya, mau perencanaan 3 hari, 4 hari, ini bisa terjadi. Dan hasil yang didapat itu benar-benar beyond expectation. Dari persiapan kita yang cukup sempit, ini sangat benar bisa terjadi.
Like with every photo shoot, you have the standard constraints. You're going to shoot models, you're going to shoot clothing, you're going to shoot at a location. So we had the location set down. We had this amazing shipwreck at Tulumbun, very, very famous shipwreck. Yes, underwater, but that wasn't really in my mind at the time. So I needed models. Where am I going to find models? And first thing that comes to mind, well, you need models underwater who are comfortable underwater, who can hold their breath, who can look great. And that's where I thought freedivers. Freedivers, amazing. So I reached out to a couple of freedivers of my own. Camelia actually replied, surprised me and replied, I am ready to fly down and be a part of this photo shoot. What? So she flew in from Abu Dhabi.
My name is Camilla. I heard about this shoot when I had an email from Ben, probably about 2 days ago, asking if I was in Bali and would I like to do a shoot because he needed a freediver.
And another freediver by the name of Nora.
My name is Nora and I'm from Indonesia. Chris put a status in Facebook and about this, and my friend tagged me. Basically, we don't know each other, we never meet each other, but yes, here we are.
And then it was dresses. How does one actually find a designer that will be open to the idea of dropping their clothes into a shipwreck underwater where the clothing would most probably be dirtied? And this is where Chris actually came in. Turns out his wife is an underwater fashion model who had some pretty awesome connections. A few days before the shoot, we had location, models, everything was all falling into place. And then of course, I needed a camera. Since Chris was in a dive school, he had a friend by the name of Mike who had a Nikon Z90 just lying around for me to use. First time diver, got my open water license. Next day shooting, 2 days of photo shoots, underwater, free divers that flew in from different parts of the world to be a part of this, behind the scenes videographer. All this is stuff that really made the shoot complicated, but at the same time, what really made the shoot easy, or actually not easy, but possible, is the fact that I had an amazing team supporting this project. I mean, if you think about the type of person that is required, a videographer who will rent an underwater camera housing, fly himself over from Singapore to document this experience because he thinks it's something that's worth talking about, how can the results be bad? And really, how can you not want to work with people like this? How can you not want to collaborate with them and put just as much effort into the final result to deliver something worth their time? So every single part of the team is going to try their best to make something happen. Everyone somehow finds their use. So from an assistant willing to follow me through Asia and traveling all the way from Toronto, who may not have the experience to swim, but will still document on the surface, to someone like Chris, who has all the experience underwater, but has never seen something like this actually fall into place in this way. It doesn't really matter from where they're coming from and which little bit they can add to the project. But when all these elements come together is when the magic truly happens.